Welcome back to another unboxing of this Castle Panic, The Wizard's Tower. Another expansion to the Castle Panic game. A great co-op game that you can play with friends and family, where you fend off all the different orcs, trolls, goblins that are coming out of the forest and into your realm to attack your castle and hopefully overrun you ultimately. And with this, it's adding a whole new dimension, it looks like, with wizards and different cards. We're just going to dive right in to try and figure this out. But the base game, called Castle Panic, lots of fun. It's a 6-player game that you can do co-op with family, friends, as I said. Really fun game because you have to work together to fend off all these guys coming in. So here you have it. You got... First thing out of the gate, of course, you're going to have your rules. You have to have the rules to figure out what the new stuff is. It looks like it's explaining all the basic game stuff that happens. And, man, is this a Nope, not a standalone. So it does not have the board just like the base game. But it does explain all the different things. So there might be a little bit of the same stuff, but we're adding even more. First of all, we got these cards, which we're going to break into really quick. There we go. All right, so we got these different cards here. We've got the stand together. One player of your choice may immediately play one hit or wizard card. That's nice. You got flaming. Play this card with any hit card to catch the hit monster on fire. So my guess is with fire, there's going to be fire damage, which lasts over time. We haven't seen that in the base game, but you got change color. Play this card with any hit to change the color of the hit card. So that's nice because a lot of times you get stuck with the same color card for the same different rings. So it's better to be able to change that color. So that'll be helpful. Never lose hope. Immediately discard as many cards as you wish. For every card you discard, draw one castle card. That's nice so that you can get rid of your useless cards, essentially. Change range. Play this card with any hit card to change the ring of the hit card to Archer, Knight, or Swordsman. Again, helping you with all those, the handful of cards that are the exact same color, exact same range, everything. So that's really helpful. We got Reinforce. Each player immediately draws the top card from either the castle or wizard decks. So that's nice. So there's a wizard deck now. That's awesome. Double strike. Play one hit card, not a special or wizard card, twice this turn. So helping you to double attack the monsters coming in. You got Berserk. Draw one card from the castle deck for every hit card you play during the remainder of this turn. So Berserk helping you get more and more hits and cards coming out of the deck. Enchanted. Play this card with any hit card for 2 additional points of damage to the monster. That's awesome. Knock back. Similar to driving back, I imagine, but play this card with a hit card to move the hit monster back 1 space after damaging him. So that's cool. So it's a hit as well as drive him back. All right, and then we get on into the Wizard's deck, it looks like. And these are signified by the little Wizard's hat in the top left, because there are multiple expansions for this game. So this one being the Wizard's Tower. Of course, we're going to have a Wizard's hat. But we have a Wizard's deck as well. So with the Wizard's deck, we got Wizard Quake. Destroy one tower and slay all monsters in the same arc as that tower. So that... I mean, it's good, but at the same time, if your tower goes down, I'm not sure if rules have changed in this, but once your tower is gone, it's gone. But Rain of Ice, no monsters move this turn. Remove all flame tokens from all monsters. So flame tokens, again, I imagine are damage over time. We got Arcane Assembly. All players may immediately build walls at the cost of 1 brick or 1 mortar per wall. That is nice so that it makes it way faster to build walls back up. Mystical Man, play this card with a 1 brick or 1 mortar card to rebuild 1 destroyed tower. So apparently this is helpful. So it is good to get rid of your towers because it can kill a whole bunch of guys, but at the same time you can rebuild the towers, which I was wondering how these expansions would last longer if you're not able to do that. We also got the Hammer of Light, slay 1 monster in the forest ring. Yes. So outside of the range rings that you have. Teleport, move any monster in play to another space or any fortify token in play to another wall. Nice. So you can actually be moving guys around, moving your fortifications around to help you better fend them off. Chain Lightning, damage all monsters in the same space for 1 point. That's cool. So Valdor's Wave. Deliver 4 points of damage in 1 color. Distribute damage among as many monsters as you choose. So that's cool. So if you need to kill the guys that are closer, go for it. Take them out. Valdor's Wave will do that for you. Extinguishing Wind. Remove all flame tokens from all walls, towers, and monsters, and move all monsters back 1 space. So that helps to push everybody back, giving you a little bit more time to fend them off. Red Fireball, damage one monster in any red ring for 1 point and catch that monster on fire. Got the green Fireball, does the exact same thing, and a blue Fireball, same exact thing, but that color. Burning Blast, set all monsters in the same space on fire. So 2 monsters in the same space, not the forest, attack each other simultaneously. So you're hypnotizing them. That's awesome. So now they're going to be attacking each other. Sweet. Damage all monsters in the same arc, not the forest, for 1 point. That's pretty cool. Man, same arc. There's a lot of cards that are doing a lot of damage in the same area, different space. Oh, it's good stuff. It'll make the base game a little bit easier, but I imagine still equally as hard. So we have the Eye of the Oracle. Draw the top 5 cards from the castle deck. Keep 1 and return the rest to the top of the deck in any order. That helps you pick out what you need. War Storm. Damage all monsters in the Archer, Knight, and Swordsman rings of 1 color for 1 point. Multiple damage points again. Lightning Bolt. Damage 1 monster for 1 point and then move that monster to any arc in the forest. That's pretty sweet. And this is within the castle walls. So if you need to, you can actually get him out back into the forest, which is nice because there's not a lot of cards that can do that. Again, within the arch, and it has a forest apparently. So damage 1 monster anywhere on the board for 1 point. So yeah, that does include the forest, but it also includes inside the castle, which is perfect. Catch all monsters on fire in all colors of the Swordsman ring. So Ring of Fire. And you got Thalgar's Blessing. All players draw up from the castle deck to a full hand. Sweet. A lot of times you get left with like nothing amongst all of the players in the game, and then you have to try and fend them off. But this is perfect. Another within the castle walls, you have the Wall of Force. Move all monsters in 1 arc back to the forest. So drive him back, but it pushes everybody instead of just the one. Awesome new cards. Great new deck for the Wizards deck. And then we got the new cards here to add to our normal. What do we have here? We've got, looks like, let's just kind of bust into it, but it looks like this is the kind of explanation. Yeah, looks like explanation cards for all players here. So on one side, we've got the Mega Boss Monsters, the Wizard's Tower. So it has, oh man, we're going to have a Basilisk, a Chimera, Dragon, Hydra, Necromancer, a Warlock. So all these guys on one side explaining what they do when they come into play. And then on the back side, you have new monster tokens. So there's more monster tokens. Oh my goodness. If, orcs, orc warlords, oh my, all the different characters that are in the base game. If that wasn't enough, we have to send in all these guys too. We got centaurs, climbing trolls, conjurers, cyclops, doppelgangers, flaming boulders, gargoyles, goblin cavalry, golem. 1 imp per tower. Huh. Interesting. A phoenix and a trebuchet. Interesting. So these just explain, these are the cards that explain what each of these guys does when they come into play, because they're different from the base monsters apparently. So got a whole bunch more there. Of course, for freshness, we have these little packets. They're nice. Do not eat. I warn you, do not eat. But I'm going to throw this away. All right, we've got our little bag, which is nice because we got our bag of monster tokens. This actually kind of makes it easier instead of having to mix it up on the table. You just toss everything in here, mix it all up, and then you draw from that. I like that idea. So great, we got a monster bag here. And then we have, don't need to really open this up, but it looks like we got the fire tokens and we got the Wizard's Tower itself. I imagine this goes right in the middle, so you try and protect that overall, because if that gets destroyed, I imagine you can't use the Wizards deck at all from that point on. But we got the fire tokens and the tower. Oh man, and here are all the different, oh my gosh. Just gonna dump those in there for right now, but we've got Cyclopses, oh my gosh. Oh, I'm gonna move this up here. So we got Cyclops. You got 1 imp per tower, so I imagine that does some kind of damage. Goblin cavalry here. You've got, oh my gosh, ogres worth 4 points now instead of just the 3. Holy cow. Getting strong guys. Here's the imps, only worth 1, but apparently these guys just immediately hop into the towers, which is not ideal. More imps, and then you got Hydra. Don't know what that does. It just says Hydra on it. So, hail Hydra. Perfect. Gargoyle. We've got a gargoyle coming in. I don't know how a stone gargoyle is going to do much right now, because if they're attacking in the middle of the day, gargoyles, they're not alive. They're frozen in stone. We got doppelgangers, which is X amount of damage. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's how many towers you have left. Who knows? But of course, you're going to know with the instructions. We got a dragon worth 5 hits. Dang, this is the biggest guy we've ever seen so far. So we got a dragon worth 5 hits. You've got the Hydra, which is worth 4. So I'm guessing when the Hydra comes out, he comes out with this guy. Dang. Beastly guys coming in. More gargoyles, a couple more imps. You got imp. You got Necromancer. He's worth 4 hits as well. These guys are getting pretty beastly, and you're going to have to fend off all of them, I imagine. That's what a trebuchet. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but it looks like a catapult of some sort. So that makes that interesting. Then you got the Warlock call-out card. You got climbing trolls now. That's crazy. So they're going to get to the wall and immediately climb and kill you. We got the Basilisk, who's worth 5 points as well. Dang, the dragon, the Basilisk. Whew. We're getting some beastly characters in here. Tons of imps, though. Lots of them. Maybe they only come in when certain things happen. Who knows? We got the Ogre, worth 4. We got more imps here. We got another imp. So many different guys. I'm wondering if these replace the old ones entirely, or if you just have to fight through all of these guys as well as the base. I'm not entirely sure. But either way, this is kind of crazy. Oh, and there's a new, that looks interesting. So this Golem, he's worth 3 hits, but he has it's a skull with a sword through it. I'm not sure entirely what that means. And it says, no horses. Not sure what that means. Again, in the instructions, it'll probably tell you exactly what that means, but I imagine it makes it harder to kill that guy. You got the Conjurer here. I don't know if you've seen any of those guys. Nope, not yet. No Conjurers. Oh, man. So the Basilisk. So these are just like call-out cards, essentially, for the big guys to come out. You got another Ogre here. You got the Chimera, which is wow, it's a lion, goat, snake character, worth 5. Another beast of a character here. Holy cow. And there's still more. But wait, there's more. You got a Centaur. You got another imp. Tons of imps. Yeah, obviously, you can tell my imp stack is getting pretty huge. And then you got a Phoenix worth 1. I don't know if that definitely doesn't look very helpful or friendly. So he's going to be attacking us. Flaming Boulder. Imagine it sets all the guys on fire that it passes by. Maybe instead of killing them. Not entirely sure. More climbing trolls here. You got the Warlock when he comes in. And there's so much in this game. But you got the Chimera. So all these call outs for when you like put the guys on themselves. All right. And then we've got the last few here. We got more imps, more imps, more imps. You got another dragon call out, necromancer call out, and another Phoenix. But ultimately, that is a lot of different guys coming out. I feel like that's almost as much. It's got to be an additional pack of guys that you throw in there with the base game, because there was no like move to the right, move left. None of the base game tiles are in here. So we've got just all new characters, and that's straight up what it is. Tons of monsters, tons of guys that are going to be even harder to kill. Thank goodness for the wizard deck, which will be extremely helpful in this case. We've got some new cards in here to help us out, but ultimately this is a pretty big, this is probably I'd say the bigger of the 3 different expansions for the Castle Panic game. But man alive, this is going to be, you know what, I'm just going to forego that bag, just put everything in the monster bag here. But tons of imps, tons of new characters. It looks like monsters like galore, huge monsters, up to 5 hit points, which the biggest we'd ever seen before was 3. So this is a big deal, let me tell you. So we got all these big new guys here. We got new cards to help us. The Wizard's Tower, of course, and it looks like fire. That's going to be dealing damage over time, hopefully, because that's going to be the only way to win going against all these guys. But you got the cards here. You got your call-out cards, which tell you exactly what's going on, who's coming out, what they do, and how to fend them off, probably. And then Wizard's Tower, fire. and the instructions, and that wraps it all up into one glorious bundle of an expansion of a game, which is Castle Panic: The Wizard's Tower. Excited to play this, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. Look out for the video where we actually do a playthrough with this expansion specifically so that you learn how to play that. But man, if you love the game Castle Panic, this looks like an amazing expansion to add to it. Add more dimension, more depth, more challenges, a lot more fun for you and your family and friends. So, thank you for joining me this time on this unboxing of Castle Panic: The Wizard's Tower. Join me next time for more unboxings and more playthrough and how-to games.